Hi everyone, this is Kira, and welcome to the AI Limit demo walkthrough. I'm going to try to get you through the sewers here, in and out of the sewers in under an hour. This is a new Souls-like game that's coming out in March, so just a couple of months. And this walkthrough is going to show you all of the secret items, all of the upgrade materials, and give you a complete rundown of where to go and in what order in the sewers. So let's get started. So
Where
first of all, these
is this?
controls are very much Souls-like. You hold down the dodge key to sprint. You push the stick in while sprinting to jump. And then R1 is light attack, R2 is heavy attack. You can do a charged heavy by holding down R2. So now we have our sword, and the tutorial is letting us know those same commands that I just outlined. Now in this game you don't actually have any stamina, so you can dodge for days, never run out of stamina. Instead what you have is a sync rate bar. The sync rate has a percentile. When it's like 80-100% is when you do the most damage. Spells and the weapon abilities cost sync percentage. For example, my weapon ability costs 20% sync. So the idea is that when you have a lot of sync, you can use the weapon ability. If it falls too low, you can no longer use your spell or your weapon ability. So you want to keep it high. But it is neat that the game just has no stamina bar. So you can see me rolling and rolling and rolling. You just dodge for days. A mud ball is like a tiny little heal, like a pebble in Sekiro. That's all we have right now. We don't have our actual flasks. We will get those later. So for now, all we have is the weak heals. You can hold down the dodge key, circle, to slide down a ladder fast. Over here, there's a really tough enemy. We're not ready to take him on yet because we don't have our healing flasks. And we can come back with a fully upgraded, nearly fully upgraded weapon and take him on. Because we get dumped back out here later. That's just telling us about how to dodge. So this is telling us about our weapon skill. You hold down L1 and hit R1 in order to do the weapon skill. Eventually we'll also get a spell, and that'll be on R2, L1, R2. Backstab enemies with the light attack button, R1. That's called a fatal strike. We'll get that loot later towards the end of the level. Here I'm actually going to use my weapon ability. Just to get these guys dead fast, or one of them dead fast. That's when I really like to use the weapon ability or spells. So I can use, especially when there are multiple enemies, I can take one out quickly. Here we're demoing Fatal Strike again. And then here we'll get the loot that we didn't, that we saw through the gate. So what we've gotten in terms of loot, there's a belt you can put items on. So Pure Crystal is like Mud Ball, but for your sync rate. So it'll jump your sync rate up. Broken Branch is like the stopwatch from Liza P. It lets you jump right back to the last branch, which are like the bonfires of this game. And then Mini Bomb is a little explosive bomb that you can throw. You use left and right arrow to switch between these items, and you hit square to use them. Eventually, when we get our real heals, that'll be on triangle. Oh, the sword is such short range. We'll get a longer range weapon eventually here. Take this guy out. And then these guys are low to the ground, they don't really do much. You can just kind of walk up to them and get them. Stone is just something you can throw for light damage to hit someone from range. And here we're about to fight our first boss, the sewer cleaner. Now he's going to try to shoot you almost immediately, so you can just kind of... When he glows red like that, that's when you can dodge. When he kind of pauses, he's going to be trying to shoot. That's the shoot. Yeah, that one's a lot harder to see in terms of telegraphing. But you can see this boss is anything. He will blow up when he dies, so roll away from that. And now we get a spell. Like I mentioned before, spells are on L1, R2. So L1, R1 is your weapon art, L1, R2 is your spell.
Oh, finally. A...
Blader?
Yes. Thank
The void.
you're here. Hello. Please.
So presumably, it seems like there's like a couple of factions here. There's humans and the void, and then the robots. The sewer cleaner was a robot, and then the enemies we were fighting besides him were the void. And then there are also humans like us. I assume we're human at least. So we got another pure crystal. And now we're heading to unlock our first branch, which is where we can receive our healing flasks as well from this person.
Welcome, Seeker of the Branch. I'm Asteria, the Branchweaver. I've been waiting for you. It's a pleasure to know that...
What's this place?
An ancient underground drainage tunnel.
Is this...
As you see, this
I'm just going to kind of power through the dialogue. I don't find the story, you know, all that compelling here.
Please use your power as...
So she's telling us to fix the branch. She's the Branchweaver. We're underneath Havenswell. I will let this play out so you can see that we see a vision when we repair the branch.
this way. Now please, this
Life Dew is our flasks in this game. We get 3.
It will be what happened?
When I touched
Tell
the
her about the
branch,
vision.
In the vision, I was...
Perhaps
my love.
keep seeking branches.
Seeking...
Leave this area to truly understand for this purpose now.
So we're trying to get to Havenswell. Your 3 choices here are basically quality build, you know, equal strength and technique, pure technique, or pure strength. So if you want to dual wield, that's the blader swords. If you want to do the big bonk weapon, that's the great sword. And then the long sword is kind of the generic mix. We're going to go with that. But feel free to play whatever you want in this demo, it doesn't matter.
First mission. The path ahead is open. Go meet.
And if we rest here, we can level up. So we're going to take our life and vitality to 13. Now there's also enhance. You can actually enhance a weapon or a seal. And at the moment we don't have the upgrade materials to do either, so we're just showing it's there. And then we're also going to be able to teleport from a branch to any other branch. At the moment we only have one branch unlocked, so that's all you can see here, but just showing you that screen really quickly. You can see some loot over there. We can't actually reach it yet, but we'll get to it in a bit. Talk to these guys.
The area down here. Why did you have to? Well, a new face if you don't.
We can get on the elevator. We're gonna be able to get some new outfits in this demo. Look even better. lot of dead enemies around, or sorry, dead humans around. And then we want to get this guy. Show the spell off. And that actually lets us, well, we picked up the portable ignition. Oh, watch out for this ambush here. The portable ignition lets us actually set our weapon on fire, so it enhances it with fire damage. We also get one that later on that does electricity. Now over here is a hidden passage, and we gotta jump. Use a pure crystal. Remember, they blow up when they die. We can come up here. And get the forged steel blade.
Oh, another. You want to escape to the surface? There's no escape.
The monster's here. No one can escape because of the monster. Alright, remember we just run and then press in our stick to jump. Now we can't use that forged steel blade yet because it requires 12 strength, but we'll get there. Alright, heal a little. Take that guy out from range. Now notice our sync rate is climbing slowly but surely. Now here we're going to fight our first pike guy. I'm going to actually use a pure crystal. These guys are really annoying. Use my weapon skill. And then we'll go that way eventually, but first we're going to go in here. And roll away from this guy before he can grab us. Alright. Get in here, or we'll get an outfit. So we can equip here. Get a nice look. And from here we can go this way. Now there's a robot that's going to come out and shoot. So you want to stay behind these sandbags. Watch here. We are going to eventually knock that robot down. Now to not get hit by this laser, we want to get into this pipe. And we'll come back for this loot later, once we've taken out the robot. And now we've gotten to a new branch. Oh, just to show really quickly, this is going to be a door that we're going to come back through that's currently something that we haven't opened yet. Yeah, we want to use that new forged steel blade, so we want to get our strength to 12 and our technique to 11. Strength 12, technique 11. Do that. We can equip it. And just to check in on our upgrade materials, we currently still have absolutely none. Alright, so we're going to head this way. And from reliving this memory,
Release the force.
we're going to obtain our first frame. The frame abilities are selected by picking L1 triangle, square, circle, or X. L1 triangle gives us the counter field, which is a parry. So you just hit L2 at the correct time and you will parry. I personally found this really, really hard to use. Like, you can figure out the timing on one enemy and then the timing on another enemy will just be completely different. It just felt really, really unpredictable, and that made me, really kind of view it unpleasantly. So I ended up not using it very much. Also, given the fact that you have literally infinite dodge in this game, just kind of led me to favor dodge. Now, another frame ability that we will get is the shield. And the shield lets you hold down L2 to block, and then you can do a overload blast when the shield gets overloaded. But it drains your sync pretty aggressively, so if you're able to dodge, it's just better to dodge. So these guys kind of hide in the pipe steam. Take that guy out, because otherwise when you're coming across this pipe, he'll jump you. And then there's this pipe guy that can be backstabbed if you do it right. And then you want to run up here so you don't get hit by this guy's ranged attack. And nobody dropped any loot, so we're good to go up. You can see there's some loot we need to get over there. We can't actually make that jump from here. Now there's a guy here you can backstab. And here we picked up the electrification, and that's actually really good against this next enemy that we're going to fight, so we're just going to use it right now. And that way I get to demo it for you. Really bust your damage against the robots. I think we get how much this is wrecking him. And remember, he blows up when he dies. And there is actually a way down here where we can get the loot that we saw. And then we have to make a jump. Go back. Some loot here to get. And then we can just run down this pipe, drop down here. And then down below is a locked room we're going to get the key for later, so there's no point going that way because we're going to reach it from another angle, so here just jump over. And we're going to go this way instead. This guy's going to leap out at us. Remember to just always roll into crates. You never know when you'll find loot. If we do this right, we can get in. Oh, messed it up. It is kind of wild, just there's no penalty to sprinting and dodging because you just never run out of any stamina. Here, I think this is the, if I remember correctly, the blader armor and blader visor. So we'll equip that. And then, if you see that there's something here. There is also, just to show it, we're not going to go through it yet, but there's a secret passage over here. that leads down. So there's a mud ball maker this is talking about. I don't know if we eventually get access to that. But yeah, we're not going to go that way yet because once you go down there, there's a locked door that needs a key. We're going to go get that key first. But first... Sorry, wrong way. Over here, we can go back to the branch and rest. So just to show, we have one luminous carbon. If we can get 2 more, we'll be able to upgrade our weapon. But we're going to actually upgrade another weapon, the serrated halberd, which requires a 13 strength, 12 technique, so we're going to be working on that. So that's why I'm leveling up strength. Okay, now that we've leveled up, we're going to go back this way into the room with the safe, with the shortcut door we just opened. Remember, there's the passageway over there behind, you know, the boarded up one behind the crates, and then there's this hole in the wall. So we're gonna go through the hole in the wall. And over here, down there is the hallway, and this is the robot that was shooting the laser. And what we want to do is we're going to hit his right hand here, or sorry, left hand. Our right, but his left. And what he does is he slams down his right hand, so we have to watch out for that. He'll slam it again, then he'll withdraw it. That's what happens if you get caught. Kind of a little bit tedious. And I wish I could have showed it to you, but the room was on fire, so I didn't, but you can kind of see him as he fell away. He fell back down. So this will ultimately be the real way forward. Over here. This is the hallway that he was shooting the laser down. This was the loot that we could see that I said we would come back and get later, so we're going to get it right now. Just get ourselves some experience here. It's far enough. You can see that's the pipe we ran through to get to the branch originally. And now that we've done all that, there's also a downstairs that's only accessible via a... We're going to go through that, you know, boarded up passageway. But first, we're going to get a key. That's right here. You can see there's a big enemy down there, a big scary enemy that we're going to fight here in a little bit. We're going to inch out here very carefully, get this reservoir key, and now we're going to broken branch our way back to the branch. Alright, and then from here we're going to now go down the ladder in that boarded up section. We want to be very cautious down here. There are a lot of enemies, including a guy with a pipe, and then you can kind of see him lurking behind crates. There's one over here. And one here. What I do is just kind of swing into the crates, knowing that I'll connect with them. Get everything cleared up here. So we got more luminous carbon. And the serrated halberd, which is the weapon that we were wanting to use. Now if we go this way, if we can knock this over. There's a guy there. Now we're using the halberd, which is a little bit slower. It does a lot of damage. We're going to upgrade it. I really like the reach on this thing. So then here, there's this guy against the wall. Fatal strike him. And now this guy with the pipe, we can actually get a fatal strike on him. So you just kind of get here where you can see him. I'm going to wait for him to go back. And then I'm going to do a charged heavy as he's getting back up. And then I'm going to do a weapon attack. Oh, come on. This is stupid. Just wanted to show the weapon attack because it knocks him down, which is cool. But he kept timing his push right as I was doing it. Now back up here, what I remember when I said jump over that hole and don't go down when we walk down the pipe. There's the hole, but you would have ended up down here without the reservoir key, so that's why we didn't fall down then. Now down here is a snail, and he's going to drop something that enhances our heals. He can also spit out a big poison cloud if we let him. Oh, I could have fatal striked him. Probably was the way to finish him off fast, and I have messed up. Oh, I saw it again. Anyway, there's our dew essence that he drops. Now, through here, what I'm going to do first is go over here. The very first time I did this, the devs have put a hole here. I just ran right into it and fell to my death. So be very careful when you pick that loot up. Now down here is that really, really tough enemy. We have enough luminous carbon now to enhance our weapon. So what I want to show you here is, remember that locked door up by where we got the reservoir key? This ladder takes us up there. So it gives us a shortcut to come back to this guy. So we're going to go open that shortcut door, and then we can enhance our weapon, and we'll come back and fight him with our +1 halberd. See right there? That's where we got the key. And just to show everything, we're coming back through the hole in the wall. And here's the branch. So we're going to enhance the halberd. As you can see, we have 4 carbon. And now we need 3 more to get it to level 2. But that jumped it up from 165 to 181, I want to say. And we could also pump up our spell damage a little bit. Alright, and now that we've enhanced our weapon, we can go fight this tough guy. go through the hole in the wall. And then we go back over to where this door was. Slide down the super long ladder. And don't be discouraged if this guy takes a few tries. He can be really, really tough. We have these bombs, so we could actually mess around with those. Just got really, really scary and difficult attacks to deal with. And you have to try to not get knocked off. When you get infected, it like actually kills your sync rate. We got him. And with him dead, get a tiny resonance, which is used to actually enhance your seal. And we got partial reconstruction, which is a healing spell, which is pretty cool. And now with him dead, we can actually broken branch back. And we can level up. Take strength to 14. Alright, and from here, we can now go through the hole in the wall for real and take the path forward. So head on up here. I'm going to use a pure crystal. And then also to show this is the shield. So the way the shield works is you hit L1 and square to switch to it. So L1 and triangle is parry, and L1 and square is the shield. And there's a guy to fight up here that we're going to fight in just a second. So the way you use the shield is you hold down L2, and it will block attacks while draining sync rates. And then eventually it will glow brightly, and when it glows brightly, it's overloaded, and you need to then double tap L2 and you'll do a burst, which will damage the enemy. So we're going to fight this guy and kind of demonstrate the shield here. Alright, we're going to take this person out, and we're going to demonstrate the shield. See some loot up there first again in a minute. Now we're going to overload it. Just kind of demonstrating this. Now it's overloaded again. Heal. Very, very tough enemy. And now here we can drop down. And we're out of heals, so we gotta be very cautious. This is probably the trickiest stretch of this section. I mean, you can always go back after killing the blader, I suppose. So our goal here is we're getting up top to where that loot was. Some loot. So you can see the loot up there. To get this, we have to make a jump, so there's a chance I'm gonna screw this up because it's got the awkward jump controls. Okay. Oh, sad. Oh, I also needed to pick that up anyway. Alright, look everyone, we made it. I have cut out the 20,000 failed jump attempts that I made before finally getting here, but here we are. I think I'll keep one failed jump in the video just so you can see that it's a little difficult, but wow, did I fail that a lot. Now, just to check here, let's see, we now have 3 luminous carbon, so we need 1 more. So this is the way forward after killing the blader and going up and making that jump. This guy tries to ambush us, coming out of the mud. So then over here, there are going to be a lot of guys, so we'll lure this one down. We're trying to be very, very careful because we have like no heals at all. There are gonna be a lot of guys here. Alright, there's these guys. So this is someone tending to a wounded robot, so we're just gonna run in. Remember, they blow up. And now we have all the luminous carbon we need to go to +2. And there is another robot enemy at full strength. We're gonna do our portable electrification. In reality, you might prefer saving these things, but since it's a demo, I'm just using them. And because we're out of heals, I don't want to screw around. That's back the way we came. And then over here is some loot. This guy's a flamethrower, so we want to get him dead fast. He would spew flames, and you would have to just, yeah, it's not fun. It's the bone crackers. Go back over here. We walked right by this ladder. This is the way forward. Look at all these dead things. So we're gonna come over here and rest. And down there is the final boss that we're gonna fight. Final boss of the demo. So first, let's enhance our weapon. So now it's a +2. And then we can give ourselves... How about we do a little bit more on the spirit? We even have enough to take strength to 15. So now, what we're gonna do is go back and take out that void beast that was at the very start of the level, because he is guarding another luminous carbon. Now we already got enough to go to +2, so we don't really need it, but this is just to be completionist and make sure we do everything in the demo.
Those bunch of them, as soon as... And they all...
They all wanted to, but that's heavens. We're the weak. Well, that's horrible.
If you look here, we have a vending machine. So we can actually sell all our crystallized remains and mechanical parts. You can just move the arrow down in order to sell all of them. That gives us a bunch of crystals. And we can actually purchase, for example, mud balls. If we wanted to have some of those. Now remember that loot we could see at the very start of the level, that's here. And we're gonna run really quickly back to that void beast at the start of the level. He's right here. And we're going to fight him with a +2 weapon, which is great. He has a grab that you need to watch out for. When he goes up like that. See? There's his grab. But overall now he's really easy because we waited to come back to him till the end. And we got our luminous carbon. And now we can go back to our branch by the final boss. Take him on. I don't know if we'll have enough to upgrade or not. Oh, we do. Okay. Alright, and now it's time to fight Lore. He's going to open by leaping in, so you can kind of dodge to the right. If you dodge to the right, then the follow-up attack he does will also miss. That's a grab. You can just dodge right, like with most things. See how if you stay right, it misses. The follow-up attack misses. That's the grab. Now here he's gonna go just completely crazy. Try to dodge to where you stay close to him. So as you see, it's not too bad. Dodging to the right over and over is a really good strategy that I found. Now we do get a key to the Arboretum. I do not know where the Arboretum is. I assume that it's something later on after the demo. And we also get something called a Void Nucleus, which is explained here, that nuclei are dropped from powerful enemies. Acquired nuclei can be directly equipped. And so the nucleus cannot be removed, and when you replace it, you'll lose a proportion of crystals. So, and it says use rare crystal nucleus to exchange for special items at merchants. So I'm not going to spin this because my assumption is until we learn more about how this works, this might be the equivalent of like, you know, the rare boss ergo or remembrances in Elden Ring, and we have to hang on to it because it could give us something cool rather than equipping it. I can't remember if a branch unlocked down here. Looking around. Don't see a branch. Can't remember if there was a branch that unlocks over here or not. Let's go see. I know, oh, there is. Okay, and then there's the memory.
Asteria.
What a poor soul. It could have become a blader like you. However, its desire for destruction.
Desire for...
The void are generated entities, born from the consciousness.
So it sounds
that
like maybe
flows
what's in the
within
mud is
mud.
AI. I'm not sure.
Yet,
And
when
it generates.
overwhelmed by emotion, though it made
But it's interesting
valiant
saying that
efforts,
lore could have become a
thank you
blader.
for granting
It makes
the
me think if
final
I come from
redemption.
mud, does that mean I'm not human
May
either?
the branch
It's very like I'm very
guide your
confused by
path.
the plot here. So we got a seal, right? And we got a material for basic enhancement for the main seal. So seal, we have seal of newborn, and we have meta stability. So I assume, but like, I can't change the equipment here, so I'm very confused about like how the seal stuff works. Like, where do I go to actually change the seal? Because it actually says main seal. Oh, triangle. Seal of newborn, stability plus 30. So I've gotten a new seal, but I am unsure, like, how I equip it. And when we go to enhance, so I don't have any option. It says use crystals and materials to enhance your weapons and main seals, and it doesn't show a seal, so it's very confusing, right? Like, I don't know, maybe that ability will be unlocked later on. We can do one last upgrade. Actually, should probably start raising life a little more. Although we're basically done with the demo here, so. If we go up here, we'll take an elevator up. Nothing much else to see here. Making sure there's nothing random. And then we'll exit the demo. As you can see, now we're above ground. Checking to see if there's any loot hiding. I hadn't gone around that corner before. And I'm actually going to end it here on the off chance that I discover something that I missed. I'm going to tack it on at the end of this video, so we're going to stop here and not climb up this ladder, but climbing it up would end the demo. So that's it. Until the game comes out in March, I'll see you next time.